Hey Chelsea fans, welcome to our first video since we lost. Oh, we actually drew. It just feels like we lost against Bournemouth just last weekend. And in this video, we're just going to, I've drawn back, I've thought through a couple of things. And this morning, I saw a couple of tweets that sparked me. And I am back to record a video for you. And that's a video explaining why we just won't score goals as Chelsea Football Club. Welcome to this video. My name is Desire Derek Ford-Mugumisa. Please subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, follow me on social media, and all these conversations can get to continue there. Please, as we record this video, I would love to hear what your perspective and take is on many of these particular stories. We're going to be getting straight into this one and start off with this tweet that I read this morning, and that's one coming in from the Blue Dodger, who wrote, and they were quoting zonal marking and the Athletic, stating Chelsea haven't conceded many chances. According to Opta, their opponent's open play XG tally is the second lowest in the Premier League. Thiago Silva, who will be 39 next week, remains one of the best centre-backs in the league. Now, why I refer a lot to this tweet today is especially because many of us have actually called for the benching of Thiago Silva, stating that he is the problem. The other day he came out and also spoke out and said, well, if you think I'm the problem, then that's on you, but I am not. And he stood up for himself and all of that. I would want to couple this tweet with another one to just highlight what our problems are. Our next one comes in from the ESPN UK, and they put out a statistic that was quite disturbing, and that is the statistic that states Chelsea haven't scored a single goal from their 31 shots in the Premier League. Now that is quite damning. Now, first and foremost, it shows you that defense is not our problem. We are doing a very solid job there. In preseason, we weren't exactly doing that. If you remember right, we were conceding 3-4 or so goals per game in there. So I think we've done a good job in terms of blocking up on that. So that is no longer the problem. We are defending well. Matter of fact, we are dominating possession in all of our games. We are progressing quite well. The challenge comes at creating the chances that get to be scored. Now, creating the chances is not the problem, and I'm going to look up a video that I can put in the description just to show you there was an analysis that was done on that. Creating the chances is not the problem for Chelsea. We are creating the chances. The challenge, however, is the quality of chances that we are creating. And for me, it comes down to a couple of things. First and foremost, the relations within the squad, they have not grown. And it was always going to be a thing when you sell the number of players that we sold and buy the numbers that we bought. But over and above that, get the injuries that we have. This leads me up to another graphic that I saw coming in from Sky Sports. Let me show you that just now. Of the players that are injured, yes, there will be those that are not first-team players, but those that are first-team squad absentees are these right here on your screen. Kani Chukwuemeka, he's supposed to be the deputy to Nkunku, who is also injured. Reece James, Wesley Fofana, Benoit Badiashile, Armando Broya, Trevor Chalobah, Marcus Bettinelli, Romeo Lavia, Noni Madueke, Marco Correa, as well as Moises Caicedo. Now, from that list alone, Moises Caicedo is a starter any day. Benoit Badiashile or Wesley Fofana join Colwill in that back line any day, and Thiago Silva maybe. Reece James, yes. Kani Chukwuemeka, an easy option in there. Now, with all of these injuries right here, when you look at Kani Chukwuemeka, when you look at Christopher Nkunku, in those two alone, hey, let's talk about Reece James as well. And even Marco Correa, if he's on good form. Those are players that are breaking down the low blocks that we are facing up against West Ham and everyone. West Ham, when they beat us, they were happy to sit back and watch us do whatever we wanted. And that contributed to how well we were doing on defense, how well we were doing in midfield, how well we were progressing the ball. The challenge has been in there, the way we are playing. And in the video that we did about the review to the game, and I'll put the link right here, we spoke about Malo Gusto's crosses and the quality of them. You look back at that game and you're thinking, it wasn't actually Malo Gusto's problem that those crosses were not making it. There were just no options. People were hiding, you just couldn't find them because the whole opposition team is in the box. We need to find better ways of penetrating them. And this whole thing of us using the wing backs to penetrate them is just simply not working. Unfortunately, that means that now we need to go through the middle. The middle, first and foremost, is lacking players because they are injured. And even those that are available have not exactly developed relations to play together to be able to just know how you're going to move. How do I find you? I'm going to make this run. Will you see it or will you not see it? I've made this run. Do you see me or do you not? And all of those kinds of things. It is a bit tougher to go through the middle as it stands. Even as we go about it, we have a number 8 playing the closest to the strikers, not a number 10, and that is Enzo Fernandez. And because that is what we have available, Conor Gallagher is joining Ugochukwu against Bournemouth and maybe Caicedo in other games in the defensive roles as far as that midfield is concerned. So there is not so many clear-cut chances that are being created through the middle. And even when they come through, and that is where I feel sorry for Nicholas Jackson, because a couple of fans are already turning on him and feeling like he was not the right guy for us to get on board. But I think with the work rate that he has put in, the chances that he has created for the rest of the team and all of that, for all of that work that he has done so well, the man just receives, I don't know, they're very hard chances to convert that he receives. Yes, he has missed a couple of sitters. That's a given and all of that. But there's just not good enough opportunities coming to him consistently that when the good one comes, maybe I'm making excuses for him, maybe. But again, we can't run away from that. When you look at us and how we played against Nottingham, in fact, not Nottingham, but I think that was Bournemouth still. Matter of fact, I shouldn't even be telling you what my opinion is. I did see a tweet that was attributed to quotes coming in from Frank Leboeuf, former player of Chelsea, legend when he played in the Legends game, and a panelist with ESPN and a couple of others. He came out to state his experience watching Chelsea against Bournemouth, I believe. He comes out to state, we shouldn't be talking about Chelsea until they manage to score even one goal, because there's nothing much to say. They are good until they reach the final third, and that's exactly what we're talking about now. And then you see stuff I have never seen in my life. Of course, we also know Frank Leboeuf can exaggerate a few things, but hey, he's not so far from the truth here. Gallagher had a chance to play an easy 4-yard pass to Jackson, and he put it behind him. I got up from my sofa, screamed and said, how is that possible? They do silly, stupid, clumsy stuff in the final third, which does not allow them to score goals. That is according to Frank Leboeuf. We are all really trying to analyze. And for me, the moment, my Frank Leboeuf moment there was Levi Colwill actually. I want to believe it was Mudryk that was running ahead of him. Levi Colwill from his left back position, one of the highest playing defenders on there, he's driving the ball and gosh, he does that so well. And it is just maybe even 2-yard passes to find Mudryk so he can run through on goal. Whatever Mudryk does with that ball, and we've seen him making some bad decisions, we saw him make a bad decision. There was that pass, he just needed to direct it to Conor Gallagher. He pretty much shot a pass. Or if that is even possible. But yeah, Levi Colwill, he's leading up. All you have to do is put Mudryk through. He decides, you know what, I think they all expect me to give it to Mudryk, so I'll be very clever and try pass it on through the middle. My goodness. Counter-attack, because he lost that ball right there. So again, the relationships need to be built. It's not that these players are poor. They are really good players. And I don't think the noise about the centre forward should be made right now and all of that. We have Armando Broja returning very soon. And yes, it's another young player, not tested in the Premier League and all of that. But having listened to the co-sporting director speak about the project, I know some of the older and more senior players are set to be coming in at some point. All I'm saying is, even with the current set of players, I think we have enough. When the understanding is right, when the gelling is done and all of that, we have enough to even finish top 4 right there. So maybe we'll be a little bit more patient and all of that. We'll watch out and see how that all gets to go. We're going to be closing out this video with a news story that is coming through as far as the update on that is the Stamford Bridge pitch. And before I give you that, again, about how we are playing and how frustrated it can get, please, comment section right below, yeah? Let me know what you think, and let's have that conversation over there. Nizar Kensea takes us to our wind-up story, and that is the 9-week consultation period for Chelsea to buy the Stoll Mansion buildings next to Stamford Bridge ends tomorrow. Here is where we are up to with those discussions and the stadium redevelopment plans more broadly. So there is a whole article, a link of which I'm going to put in the description if you have not seen it, but it has all these updates that I think you need to have a look at as far as Chelsea gets to go. We shall remember that when Todd Boehly and his consortium took over Chelsea, they stated that we would develop our stadium, either expand it or move it or break down Stamford Bridge and rebuild it and all of that. They are looking to have one of the best stadia in Britain, a 55,000 seater, where at least where we are at 42,000. It involves buying a plot of land that is around Chelsea Football Club, but that land is owned by a charity named Stoll, so they are working out how they get to buy it. It's a consultation process that also is involving a few military veterans, I believe, who also have their homes in there and all of that. So we will wait and see how that one gets to go. It looks like moving away from where it is at Fulham Broadway is not an option, because if you remember, Roman Abramovich, he tried to take us to the Battersea or something like that, but those plans were not approved. The funds were not up for it. I think that was about 2012, around the time we won the Champions League, so those were abandoned. So it really looks like we shall remain at the area that is Fulham Broadway. So the question is, are we rebuilding it? Are we renovating it? Are we just expanding it and all of that? There had been also a conversation about rebuilding it stand by stand, but according to the article that again is in the description below, that will not be possible. But hey, read it up and stay updated. But it looks like we shall be having ourselves a great stadium to also smile about very, very soon. There are a couple of adjustments that have already been made to the stadium, having the lion in our badge on some crucial parts of the stadium, both outside and even inside. If at all you've gotten to watch some Stamford Bridge games, it looks a little bit different even on TV. Oh, how I dream of the day I come to Stamford Bridge. Yeah, we'll wait on that particular one. But as it is, Twickenham is not willing to host us as we step away when that whatever we choose to do with Stamford Bridge gets to happen. So there is a chance that we'll be playing at I think it was the Olympic Stadium or at Wembley. We could be playing at Wembley for the time being as that gets to happen right there. And I think Craven Cottage is also one of those that is part of the plan. Chelsea are looking to have that in place by 2030. Will that be possible? Well, we'll wait and see on that. Well, that brings us to the end of this video. My name is Desire Derek Ford Mogomisa. Subscribe to the channel, please, will you? And turn on those notification bells so we can continue to have these kinds of conversations. Follow me on social media as well. I'm quite interesting. I would love to have all that banter with you, the analysis on games and all of that. And yeah, please invite me to those Twitter spaces and let's talk. Oh, X spaces now, right? Yeah, let's talk. Ladies and gentlemen, until the next time we interact, keep that blue flag flying high.